Suppose you ask a simple question. How does one object affect another? Not what happens, but how it happens. Imagine something simple. You push a book across a table. Your hand touches it. The book moves. That seems obvious. Contact happened. Nothing mysterious there. But now imagine a harder situation. Take a magnet. Place it near iron. Leave empty space between them. Nothing touches. No rod connects. No string attached. Yet something happens. The iron moves. It slides slowly toward the magnet. Something clearly acted. But what exactly? What crossed that empty space? For a long time, physicists avoided this question because the answer felt uncomfortable. Objects seemed able to influence others across nothing, across empty space. This same puzzle appeared in gravity. The Earth pulls the moon. The sun pulls the Earth. Everything pulls everything else. The law describing this came from Isaac Newton. His equations worked beautifully. Planets followed perfect paths. Predictions matched observations. Physics celebrated the success. But there was a problem. Newton himself felt uneasy. He admitted honestly he did not know how gravity acts. How does Earth reach the moon? Through what medium? How fast does it travel? No one knew. Physics could calculate, but it could not fully explain. And this difference matters deeply. Knowing the formula is not the same as understanding nature. So physicists changed the question. Instead of asking how objects reach across space, they asked something new. What if space is not truly empty? What if space has properties? Imagine space having a condition at every point. Now suppose a charge appears. That charge changes the surrounding space, not just nearby, but everywhere around it. Now place another charge somewhere nearby. It does not feel a distant object. Instead, it responds to the condition of space at its location. This idea became known as a field. According to Richard Feynman, a field simply means that every point in space has a certain condition, a direction, a strength, a tendency for motion. If a charge appears there, the field tells what will happen. Electric charges create electric fields. Magnets create magnetic fields. Mass creates a gravitational field. Objects do not reach across space. They respond only to the field where they are. Suddenly, the universe becomes local. No mysterious reach, no invisible connection. Just space with structure, and objects reacting to their surroundings. But once you accept this, a deeper question quietly appears. If fields exist everywhere, even where nothing else exists, then empty space is not truly empty. And if space already contains fields, then perhaps particles themselves are not the most fundamental things. Maybe particles are only disturbances of something deeper, something continuous, something filling space. That idea changed physics in the 20th century, and to understand it, we must go further, much further, into the strange world of quantum physics. Now let's talk about light.
According to Richard Feynman, light is not a tiny particle, not a billiard ball. It is a vibration of space, a pattern moving through a field, specifically an electromagnetic field. Electric and magnetic parts oscillate. Together they form a wave. This wave carries energy and momentum. It moves at the speed we call the speed of light. No charge required to carry it. Light is everywhere a field vibrates. But then Feynman asked a question. What if the wave becomes localized? What if it behaves as a packet? Then we see a photon appear. But the photon is not a solid object. It is simply the field interacting discretely with matter. Particles, he explained, are excitations of underlying fields. Every type of particle has its own field. Electrons have an electron field. Quarks have a quark field. Even neutrinos have a field. And empty space? Even that is a collection of fields in lowest energy. This is why Feynman emphasized that the word vacuum is misleading. Vacuum is not nothingness. It is the ground state of fields. Even in this lowest state, fields fluctuate. They jiggle inherently, not because anything disturbs them, but because nature forbids absolute stillness. These fluctuations have real consequences. Particles can appear and vanish. Energy is transferred, not created from nothing. Fields carry the action. All forces can be described by fields. Gravity, electric, magnetic, light, everything obeys this. Even if fields are invisible, we can measure their effects. They make precise predictions no particle-only theory can match. They unify different phenomena. They show us why changes propagate at finite speed. And here's a key point Feynman loved to stress. If you remove fields and only imagine direct interactions, the math fails. It becomes inconsistent. Nature is telling us fields are real, not optional, not a trick. They are the language of the universe. And now if we ask what particles really are, we see something profound. Particles are just events, localized quantized disturbances of underlying fields. Matter itself is no longer fundamental. It is a manifestation of fields. What we thought were solid objects are patterns, structured behaviors. The universe is continuous, not a machine made of parts. Fields define what happens. Particles emerge from their behavior. Even space itself is active. It has structure. It carries influence. It evolves. It is never empty. And this, according to Feynman, is the foundation on which reality unfolds. Now let's return to gravity itself. At first, it seemed a simple pull. Earth pulls the moon. Sun pulls the Earth. Objects attract across empty space. But Feynman explained, we can describe it as a field, not a mysterious force reaching through nothing. Gravity shapes the fabric of space. Mass and energy curve spacetime itself. Objects move along these curves. The influence is local. An object reacts only to the condition of space where it exists. The paths of planets are determined by spacetime geometry. Straight lines, time intervals, even what counts as motion, are defined by the gravitational field. Feynman emphasized, gravity is geometry, not a pull acting at distance. This insight replaces mystery with understanding. It unites gravity with the general idea of fields. Electricity, magnetism, light, gravity all obey field laws. Space is active.
It responds, evolves, carries energy, transmits influence. Particles are excitations of these underlying fields. Matter itself is no longer fundamental. It is a manifestation of fields. What we thought were solid objects are patterns, events localized, of continuous entities. The universe is coherent, not fuzzy, not random. Fields obey exact equations. Their behavior is constrained. They do what nature demands, nothing arbitrary, no exceptions. The old question, what pulls what, becomes meaningless. Instead, we ask, what fields exist here and now, how they change, and how they influence everything around them. Suddenly, mysteries become consequences. Particles appear, vanish. Light travels as waves, oscillations, and discrete packets. Gravity curves space and defines motion. Even empty space is structured, active, filled with fields. No point is truly nothing. Everything participates. Feynman often pointed out, we imagine the universe as a machine, tiny solid pieces, bumping, pushing, pulling. But that picture fails at the deepest level. Particles are just excitations, patterns, temporary manifestations of continuous fields. Matter is emergent. Reality is not pieces. It is structure, patterns, rules, fields obeying equations. Even time is shaped by fields. Space itself bends, ripples, reacts. Gravity is local, but its effects reach far naturally. And now we see a deeper truth. Nature is not built to match intuition. It does not obey everyday experience. We cannot rely on solid objects, on visible things, or on simple pushes. Yet the universe is precise, consistent, beautifully logical. Once we follow the rules carefully, without shortcuts, the universe fits together elegantly. Empty space is no longer a passive stage. It is the actor, the medium, the canvas, and the rulebook all at once. Particles are not fundamental. Matter is the pattern. Fields are reality. All forces, all motion, all interactions emerge from fields. And here's the lesson Feynman leaves for us. Do not cling to intuition alone. Do not imagine solid objects as primary. Follow logic, observe carefully, and everything becomes coherent. The universe is a continuous system, structured by rules, not built from tiny pieces. It is active, evolving, full of energy, fields everywhere. Reality is precise, elegant, deeply connected. And the final question remains, what kind of universe allows fields to exist at all? What structures, rules, and conditions make this dance of fields and excitations possible in the first place? This is the stage on which everything unfolds. Every particle, every photon, every planet, every wave is a manifestation of fields. We began wondering about magnets, pushes, and empty space, and ended with a vision of reality itself, continuous, active, beautifully ordered, and profoundly elegant.